So we initially pitched, to be honest, I think we pitched, and this is purely from experience, but we pitched using the designs. So we spent a lot of time on doing really strong click designs and then turning those into clickable wireframes. And we instead of kind of putting what we've learned, this is years and years of working as client side and working agency side and working for tech company. We removed as much lorem ipsum as we could. We put in real copy, real content, real pictures and information as possible. Because what that meant was when we pitched to somebody, they weren't distracted by going, oh, I've seen that picture on 5 or 6 different decks. Oh, why is there lorem ipsum there? And is that color going to be the final color? And I don't know why we've got bubbles and balloons, but yeah, they were all it was all those, it was all those questions that we wanted to remove. So we pitched all the wireframes purely because a lot of the time you can go too far down a journey and spend a lot of money on that journey before you realize actually this might not work. So what we did is we when we pitched with the wireframes, we also did user testing on those wireframes. We did user testing internally. We bought core customers, we bought people and said, okay, what is missing from these? What isn't right? What doesn't work? And actually that we were able to kind of, and because when you're at design stage, it's so much easier and quicker to go, let's change that button, let's change this, let's change this layout, let's bring that copy down or change the copy. So much easier than when you go all the way down to build. So I always say to somebody, spend and invest heavily in the design and the UX stage, because then the development stage should always be informed by the design, not the other way around. And I'm always an advocate of a designer designing and a developer developing. Never ask a developer to design something because that doesn't work, and never ask a designer to develop something because it doesn't work. Spend the money in the right places, and actually you'll get a great end product. And what we kind of looked at when we were pitching, we pitched initially when we started pitching, we pitched to everybody. We sent our deck out to everybody that we thought would be right. And then over time, what we realized was actually if we're able to refine who we send it to and hyper focus on the right individuals, so individuals that are already invested in the same space, individuals that care about healthcare, potentially those that have maybe written an article or a blog about the problems they've had in hospital with healthcare technology. If we target those people, they're already switched on investors. They're already investors that potentially are aware of the problem that we're trying to solve, and it'd be an easier pitch to them. And then what we also did was leverage those initial investors and initial pitch people we pitched to and said, do you have anyone else in your network? Or do you know anyone else that we could also target and speak to? And that was also a great way of working, was kind of leveraging them to push that forward for us.
Yeah, thank you. So I cannot agree with you more because yeah, it's definitely it's what I'm saying to every startup because it is really crucial to have a prototype. So it can be not even like a great design or like even like high fidelity wireframes, but it can be a prototype which just provides for investor a better
Hmm.
understanding what is your product about because we had so we recently started a program where we are launching a prototype in 30 days, and we had this startup from UK called Frenzy, and they were pitching quite a new idea of live shopping in Europe because in Asia it is quite a popular thing, but
Yeah.
Europe was new to this, and they were pitching with PowerPoint, and live shopping was like quite a hard topic to explain. So they are using now a prototype to show people rather than tell people. And yeah, I cannot agree with this more that you have to invest in prototype first because you can get too far and then you will just be devastated because
Yeah.
when you test early you can shape your project on go. Yeah, so thank you for
Yeah.
this. And